Alright, so I'm up on the Buriganga Bridge now, and you can actually feel it wobbling when the traffic goes over it. But yeah, as you can see the river down here, you've got all the little longboats shuttling people back and forth across the river. Alright, just crossed over to the other side of the bridge now and check out this activity going on down here. Got this Coke and this water for about 75 Australian cents. It's cheap here, especially in this part. Up in Gulshan, not so cheap. And it's just, you come down to this part of the city and yeah, it's just, you just can't really make a comparison. This nice pink building behind me is the Asan Mansville. It was constructed in the 1860s and was actually the seat of the Nawab of Dhaka. So the title of Nawab is actually the largest Muslim zamindar in British Bengal and Assam, and was formerly based in Dhaka city. So it's now one of the most significant architectural monuments in Bangladesh, and they've since transformed it into a museum. Me being a foreigner, I had to pay the foreigner entry fee, which was 500 Dhaka. It was about 10 Australian dollars. Alright, it's prayer time. So I just came through the museum, and they actually had a pretty decent art gallery in there. There's mostly portraits, but yeah, some really high quality, what looked to be oil on canvas. So I quite enjoy spending time in art galleries, so for me it was enjoyable. But if you're in this part of Dhaka, I recommend you swing by the Asan Manzil and check it out. It's an interesting looking building with its flamboyant sort of pink colour. But yeah, the museum's actually pretty decent as well. Alright, so we're going to shoot off from the Ahsan Manzil now, and I'm feeling pretty exhausted. It's been a busy morning, it's pretty hot. Right, so I'm just in the bowels of the Islampur Clothing Market, and it's situated in the neighbourhood which is just down from the Buriganga Bridge. And it's definitely one of the most vibrant neighbourhoods that I've been to in Dhaka so far. It's just madness. Just get behind this rickshaw here and just stay on its tail. Just taking a break from walking. I think probably the easiest way to get through this mess is just to get in a rickshaw. How are you, my friend? Assalamu alaikum. So it's like you get through one neighbourhood, which is like the most congested neighbourhood you've ever seen, and then you're in the clear and you think, whew, made it through, and then you cross the street and it just starts all over again. Alright, we get back in a rickshaw now. Yeah, that neighbourhood back there, that was just carnage. I had to dodge, duck, dip, dive and dodge just to get through that mess. Straight. Lalbagh Fort. Lalbagh. There. So this area here it's a little bit clearer. We've got a half decent sealed road, whereas back there they were doing some excavation works on like the drainage system, and it was just a fucking mess. Pineapple, I wouldn't mind. Get some. Right, we're not too far from Lalbagh Fort now. It's been a hell of a morning, I can tell you. Had an absolute blast. There's been so much going on. Met some cool people, seen some awesome like historical buildings. Just been epic. Alright, we've just rolled up to Lalbagh Fort, and we've got a little bit of a queue here before we get in, but it seems to be moving pretty quickly. This gentleman's just invited me to jump in front of him in the queue.
Where do you come from?
Australia.
Australia?
Yeah. How's it going?
Are you a student of university? Dhaka University?
Alright, that's cool. Alright, so we're now in the grounds of Lalbagh Fort. Luckily my Bengali mates here invited me to jump in front of them in the queue, so I got in much quicker than what I expected. So it cost me 300 taka to get in, which is about $6. Not too bad. So first impressions, yeah, it's pretty nice. The gardens seem to be well looked after. It's just so bloody hot today, but we're just going to have a look at the couple of different buildings that are on site. I think there's 3 in total. There's the tomb of Pari Bibi and the mosque, and then the other building over here. Right, so construction of this fort commenced in 1678, and it was by the Mughal emperor at the time, and then his son, Prince Muhammad Azam, he took over after his father, and then his fiancée was actually Pari Bibi, and when she died she was actually entombed in this building just behind me here. But what's interesting is the fort wasn't actually completed, and the reason for that was Prince Muhammad Azam considered it to be bad luck after his fiancée died. Again, you can see the Mughal architecture is really quite distinct in the design of the tomb. And as I said in one of my other videos, if you've been to Agra in India and visited any of those temples on the outskirts of town there, you'll notice that they have a fairly strong resemblance in design to the one behind me here. Right, so the second building on site is the mosque that's behind me, and there's just some gentlemen praying at the moment, so I'm not going to head over there just at the moment. Just going to head down here. The third building on the site's the museum, which is down the other end. Alright, third building on site is the museum that's just behind me here. Right, so just heading around the museum now. There's some partially incomplete structures over here, which I'm just going to get a closer look at. So I think it's what they mean by when they say that the Mughal Emperor's son actually left the fort in an incomplete condition. It's definitely over here, looks more like ruins as opposed to a complete structure of any kind. Yeah, you can just see along the tops of this structure there, it's actually quite rigid. Hasn't really withstood the test of time too well, but still really beautiful here. You could spend an hour just wandering around admiring the architecture, and a lot of the local people just seem to be sitting on the benches under the trees in the shade over there, just chilling out. Yeah, it's cool. Right, back at the apartment now, and it's just been an exhausting day, but I've been traversing a city of 21 million people, checking out all the major sites, but I'm pretty stoked because I got most of it done. Just back here now for some much needed R&R. Now tomorrow heading to Chittagong, so there'll be another video for that leg of the trip coming your way soon, so make sure that you tune in for that one. That's pretty much it, guys, from Dhaka. It's just been an incredible experience, and I'd have to say that today was just one of the most amazing days of my travels anywhere in the world. Just the amount of things that I saw, just experiencing the city, is just mind-blowing. Anyways, hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching. See you later.